Thanks for staying with us. Today we start with the nation. PDP APC clash over 100 million nomination fee. Form not for jokers. Boko Haram kills 12, raises school buildings. IG's hometown attacked. NACON allocates 33,976 Hajj slots to states. FCT, US OK's Dropbox service for Nigerian students. 2023, 1 million INEC officials for 176,846 polling units. Buhari orders rescue of hostages with kidnappers. Jonathan's posters flood APC secretariat. IG vows to deal with killers of policemen. Who has what story here?
Yes, so I have our major political parties squabbling over the 100 million naira nomination form for APC. So I guess PDP feel like they now have the moral justification to come out and say, this amount of money is too much. You have disenfranchised the youth. You know, almost everything that you guys spoke about yesterday. How do you do that? Anyway, the spokesperson for the APC says, I want to read what she says. She says, you find people who are not really interested in running for election, just standing up and picking up forms and just waiting to constitute a kind of barrier or put a clog in the entire process. These are not things that we want to see as a party. We are a ruling party, the largest party in Africa, a party where if you pick their nomination form, you are the candidate. The probability of you becoming the elected person for that position is almost 100%.
Wow.
So we cannot afford to dabble or joke around or gamble around. So we want only serious people who are interested in running and representing different persons to run. And then they talked about the different other fees, where I think there's 1.5 for states House of Assemblies. She says that is to the general public. Lots of people can come in there. So that is their own explanation for why the price is the way it is. And I think they should just also add that there's inflation. As it's affecting us, it's also affecting
the price of the nomination.
So let's even bring what inflation has also affected. So National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has announced and allocated 33,976 Hajj slots to states. And I think another paper reported that Bayelsa and 2 other states were not allocated slots. That's for each state. These are the number of people that is allocated to them on the flights that will be taking people. That's what it means. But they're saying this year's Hajj is extremely expensive. One of the other papers I quoted earlier also mentioned the figure. He said it's 2.5 per pilgrim from those states. But the Hajj Commission is now saying these are due to the factors of Forex, because this year they'll be putting the cost of $1 to naira at 410. They won't be subsidizing. I think that's already subsidized. They're also saying that in Saudi, fares have gone up. Saudi government increased their VAT to 15% as opposed to the 5% that it was before. And that, you know, because, of course, Forex determines a lot of things, majorly. That's why this year's ad will be extremely expensive.
Everything is extremely
Saudi government has also put a caveat that above 65 for their COVID guidelines, they won't be allowing people above 65 on the Hajj.
Wow.
So I want to take the story of towards our election. 2023 INEC officials have released that they'll be having 1 million people manning 846 polling units. Reason for this is the INEC chairman, Professor Yakub, said this is in accordance to the Electoral New Act of 2022. And according to him, election has really, really gotten better in Nigeria. It is more participatory. He said there is more participatory, it's more participatory and inclusive. What I worry about is, do they have the data to back up this participatory level and inclusive level? Because what we've seen is the number of people that registered and the number of people that are voting, the distance is too much. So, and what is the level of security and insurance that will be on this 1 million INEC officials, just so that we are sure that somebody will not say, I don't like the result of my polling unit. Oh yeah, carry stick and is attacking an INEC official. Let there be a proper education to the citizenry that the INEC officials are, some of them are volunteers, some of them are staff, and some of them are NYSC. And they should not, at any reason, because they don't like the result of their polling unit, start attacking people's children, people's fathers, people's mothers.
And that's why we don't see a lot of participation, because you may have your PVC, but you're scared. You don't know what's going to happen at the polling unit. So the United States Embassy yesterday announced that the drop-box service for Nigerian students seeking to renew their visas is now ready and available. And so any student who is, they gave two categories. I want to take it here. They said, if you want to continue participation in the same major course of study in the university at a different institution, it's okay, you can come and apply. Or you still want to attend the same institution, even if it's in a different major course of study, you can come and apply. And for those people who are having issues with their applications, who do not have all their forms ready, can visit the website.
Can we talk about the racket of getting a date? And the fact that every time you have to pay?
Yeah, but I think, okay, I don't know. Let's move on to the Punch. High food prices will continue in Nigeria, others till 2023 IMF. PDP extends farm sales, fourth time, woos APC chieftains. 2023, Aisha Buhari invites Atiku, Tinubu, Osibaju, Saraki, others. Reps allege cover-up on refineries, summons Silva, Kiari, and others. INEC to spend 239 billion on poll materials, presidential runoff. Buhari orders rescue of abducted train passengers, says NSA. Bayelsa, Imo, Rivers gets zero Hajj allocation. Pilgrims may pay up to 2.5 million. Strike. ACF to mediate in federal government ASU impasse. Cooking gas price jumps by 83% in 1 year, MBS report. Excuse on Dariye in Yamis pardon lane, CSOs tackle presidency. Sexual acts, detectives interrogates Christian teacher's pupil's mother. Amotekun Nabs human traffickers with 4 girls, aborts Ghana trip. Who has what here?
So the ACF, that's the Arewa Consultative Forum, has said that they would be doing the job of a mediator between the federal government and ASU. But this is towards ending the strike.
Okay.
Just that simple statement is what is worrying me.
Okay.
Why is it worrying you?
I want to see how
ACF will have the influence in...
influence anything. The federal government has continued to make it seem like it's beyond their reach. And so when ACF come down and the other group,
ASU.
The Yoruba one, Federal coming, then the Igbo coming. At the end of the day, we're tribalizing something we can simply solve.
And the minister in charge is saying that he wants to contest for presidency, listing what he did in the state when he was a governor, as opposed to what he's done in the past 7 years as a minister, which is not a good record.
Let me make you laugh. All the people that are coming out for presidency say that they can solve Nigeria's problem within 4 months of presidency. Yes. All of them are appointees of this government.
As well.
So, they don't want to share the expo with
let's move on.
Anyway, I have a story. The National Security Advisor, Major General Babagana Monguno, has said that, during the meeting, he said that the president had ordered that all security agencies were to ensure the rescue of the Kaduna-Abuja train victims. He said that the president has directed all operational and intelligence elements to rescue these innocent people immediately and unhurt. He also says that he did not only make it just about those victims, but any innocent Nigerian held in captivity. The security operatives have been mandated to make sure that they rescue each and every one of them unhurt. And so based on that, that's what they are working hard towards. But they also said that the process of how and what they're going to do, it's not right for them to talk about it, because talking about it is also informing the other group, the bandits group. So a lot of the time they have to be quiet while they are discussing all this, but they are on it and they're working hard to make sure that they rescue all innocent Nigerians. All
right, let's take a breather now. We'll continue the newspaper reviews after this break. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. So let me quickly take this story in the Punch. Men of the Ondo State Security Network Agency, which is Amotekun, arrested a woman, amongst other people that they have arrested, Happiness, Titi. They've arrested about 300 persons involved in trafficking. So Happiness Titi was one of them who was allegedly trafficking 4 girls. So she took them from, I think, between Kogi and one other state, and she was planning to take them to Ghana for prostitution. However, when she was caught, she could not explain why she was taking the young girls. They were 14 to 19 years of age. The girls in question mentioned the fact that they have been suffering, they've lost their parents, and they were just eating from hand to mouth. They had no hope. And then this madam came and offered them hope that she was going to take them to Ghana for them to work and earn a living, greener pasture things. And so they fell for it. However, they have been rescued by Amotekun. I hope that they are sorted. They are given something to do. So let's move on quickly to the Punch. To the Sun, Daily Sun. Nigeria's economy bleeding over high level of corruption at seaports, ICPC. PDP, North's consensus move suffers setback. Bandits attack NSA, indicts El Rufai. Military recovers 517 weapons from bandits in Plateau, Kaduna, and Bauchi. 2 Igbere businessmen set to sign 200 million check for Lawan, Kalu's presidential forms. PDP extends sale of forms, mocks APC over price of nomination forms. State police panacea to insecurity, says Wike Ishako. Alleged drug trafficking. Nigeria seeks extradition of Colombian citizen to the U.S. Who has what story here?
Yes, so the NSA, there's a National Security Advisor, has blamed Governor El Rufai for bandit attacks in the state. He says that, because El Rufai had come out in response, one of that, which I also criticized, to say that, we know where they are, we know who they are, and all of those kind of comments. He says, the NSA says that, which I don't agree totally, that these comments sort of give the intelligence indirectly to the bandits. So if they had somebody in their hostage, what they simply do is relocate the person and move and change location, and that, of course, doesn't help. Because El Rufai is saying they should use intelligence to face this, but he's not, considering that those people to also use such information that he's giving out in his careless utterances, according to the NSA. I think that El Rufai also said that they gave the NSA some intelligence that some attacks will happen, and the military, the authorities, and that the federal government didn't use that, that information. And so I'd rather that he himself, in responding now, is doing exactly what he's accusing them of. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, so the military recovers 517 weapons from bandits in Plateau and Kaduna State. So the Commander Operation Safe Haven and General Officer Commanding 3rd Division, Major General Ibrahim Ali, has said that the command has recovered 517 small arms and light weapons. And he was grateful to the citizens who, because of the intelligence and information they gave, it brought about the success of this operation. And then he also used the opportunity to address, he says that there's this campaign of calumny against him, accusing him of taking sides in the war between herders and bandits and, some ethnic groups. And he says, contrary to this falsehood, it's pertinent to note that as a member of the armed forces, I have sworn my allegiance to defend the country and protect lives and property of all citizens, devoid of any ethnic, religious, pecuniary sentiments. So I think it's important for us to give our military support. Of course, that does not mean that if we have reservations and if it should be properly investigated. But for many of them, we have seen them lay down their lives for the protection of all citizens. So well done to them, and we hope that this war against these bandits and insurgency will continue to be won.
All right, so we have a story.
So, yes, we're discussing yesterday about the 100 millionaires, and people are contributing already. Said immediately APC announced it. 2 businessmen from Igbere, immediately, their names are Ukea Good James and Nnana Kalu, said that if we want to get it right in Nigeria, we must be able to put our money where our mouth is. And that this 200 million naira, they will make it available for 2 different candidates. So one is supporting Lawan, the other person is supporting Kalu. So that with their track record over the past years, he's sure they can deliver Nigeria and he's willing to support them with the nomination fund.
That's all.
I like that.
200 million.
How much is
Exactly.
Thank you.
Please, when they buy the where does the money
No, they will use
how do we channel? I will be channels that.
No, to be used to plan the elections. They need money. They need serious money to plan the elections.
How much is 200 million?
Oh my God.
Come on, 200 million.
So the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, has said that Nigeria's economy is bleeding from the high level of corruption and corrupt activities taking place at the nation's seaports, which has, given us a reputational damage already as a country. And they also went ahead to say that investors are no longer interested in investing in the country. So they're preferring to do business with other neighboring countries around us. And they also complained that one of the major issues that they have is the fact that they do not have enough security officials to be at the ports. And they are hoping that they will collaborate with the FRSC and the DSS to ensure that they have more men to do the job and protect our resources. So let's move on to the Vanguard. Osinachi, justice will be served, Khan assures. Insecurity, state police now a better option, says Obasanjo. Boko Haram kills 9 at Bar, raises technical school in Yobe. Insecurity, no stopping 2023 elections, INEC. Christian sex video reflection of moral rot in society, says school owners. Dropbox service now available for Nigerian students seeking visa renewal, says U.S. Embassy. ASU strike, ACF offers to mediate between lecturers, government. Aisha Buhari invites Tinubu, Osibaju, Atiku, Obi, Saraki, Wike orders to iftar dinner. Niger government confirms NAF fighter jet killed 6 children. 2023, PDP, APC in verbal war over cost of nomination forms. What stories do we have in the front?
Okay. Headline.
Okay,
so INEC has said that no matter the insecurity in any part of the country, the 2023 general polls will happen. Say the INEC boss said this at the strategic plan 2022, 2026, and the 2023 election project that that they're reviewing all the past experiences and all the incidences happening across the country and being strategic, planning what they will do and how they will meet it.
Yes. So the story about the wife of the president, the first lady, inviting the political aspirants to dinner, to iftar dinner, made the rounds yesterday. And one of the things that a lot of people were discussing was the fact that on the invitation, it says that they should come without their phones. And a lot of people, of course, had something to say about it. So her media assistant tried to clarify and say that this is actually regular, normal, standard procedure. That everyone, when you go to the villa like that, you go without your phone. Like, yes, some people are exempted, like she, the lady, the first lady herself, the vice president, some governors, and some ministers. So it's not, there's nothing conspiratory happened, nothing. Just invited them to dinner.
I just felt there wasn't any story there. Normal protocol.
People just want to make everything.
Exactly.
No, when you say that, come, but don't bring your phone. If you've never been to the villa, you
was leaked.
Ask, yes, but if you've...
We're not supposed to be aware of the information.
I understand, but when you hear about it, you're like, what are they planning that they don't want us to take out?
Oh, protocol.
And so it's good that we have been explained to so we understand better.
So we're taking the story of the Christian sex video, and the National Association of Proprietors of Private School, Nabs, the national president is Yomi Otubela, spoke about the fact that this is a reflection of our society. This is a reflection of the level of moral decadence, and that it is the acts of a few, minors. Said we must appeal for caution of members of the public and enjoin them to refrain from making unsavory comments about the issue for the sake of the mental well-being of the minors. So, and it was asking all of us as a nation to go back to godly behavior and bringing up our young ones' rights. Right.
Okay, let's move on quickly to the last paper today, Nigerian Tribune. Government imposes curfew in Akwa Ibom local government as Ibeno Ilaje fishermen clashes rage. NDLEA raids Abuja hotel, stops cannabis party. 400 Ekiti farmers protest over airport land compensation. Plateau doctors threaten to withdraw services over abduction of colleagues. Google's Equiano submarine cable lands in Lagos. I think somebody will have to explain that to us. Who has a story?
Google
Equiano.
Or
Equiano, I don't know.
Is it Igbo?
I don't know. Equiano. It sounds like Equitos.
Sea cable system landed in Lagos yesterday, and the governor of Lagos, of course, was there. He received it. He says that this will boost 1.6 million jobs in Nigeria and $10 billion in additional gross, that's our GDP. He's also saying that this will also boost our network capacity as the existing system serving Nigeria, as any of the existing system, by 20 times.
Yeah.
To increase the network capacity 20 times more.
So on Twitter, for those who know, all the tech people, they try to explain to us, and I love how someone explained it to us. He said, just imagine that you were driving a Corolla.
Okay.
And now with these cables, you are now going to be driving a Benz.
Oh, shit.
So that's what has happened with our internet, and so we have upgraded. It's a good thing.
You don't have any other story here?
We're
moving now.
NDLEA.
Only 1%.
NDLEA shut down. The operatives of NDLEA clamped down on a party that was being thrown in Asokoro area. They describe it as a party that was trying to introduce a drug-laced drink and make it like, you know, a regular drink. But they have, they were able to arrest everyone. They said three ladies included, who were the ones that actually organized the party, and they were taking the products that they were trying to launch for further investigation and analyze the drink further.
Thank you, ladies. That's all we can take on the newspaper review.